Let's go.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's so early. It's early in the morning, and I hope that you all are doing well. It's right now I'm at the this little place there, the office that I work at, with the little boy that I babysit. And if you all are new here, this is what I do at least maybe twice a week. I meet the little boy and his mother and his brother, and the little brother goes to the daycare, and then this little boy here, we stay here for about an hour, do activities, or he goes on his tablet, and then we go to his bus stop. We go to the bus, and then we go meet his bus, his school bus. So this is my little job that I do every now and then. Yeah, so it's right now it's 7:40 in the morning, and this is the time I get up at 6, and then I do this job. And then I go volunteer at the hospital afterwards. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day today. Um, I don't know what I'm making for dinner, but I have something planned. I'm not sure what it is yet. Um, Last night, I put up this video. Well, I put up the last video, and it didn't download. So what I had to do was um, reload it. So that took another hour or so. So I'm a little bit sleepy because I went to bed around, I think, almost 1 in the morning, and had to get up at 6. So yeah, so that's it. I'm not complaining, just saying. Yeah, so I'm gonna start doing some video recording later on, and yeah, and then I have to drop off some things that I bought yesterday for my daughter today at the group home. So yeah, it's gonna be a day today, but it's sunny and it's nice and it's warm outside. So I'm grateful for that. It's beautiful outside today. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm gonna enjoy that sun today, and when I'm finished doing everything I have to do, I think I'm gonna go home, take a little nap, and just relax. Not many days that I just go home and relax, but today I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and then I'm just gonna relax. Yeah, after I do all the things I have to do, of course. So I hope that you're all doing well. Hope it's beautiful on your neck of the woods too. The weather's nice and warm and hot and sunny. And yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy this day. And yeah, so I'll see you a bit later. And like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna be making yet, but I'll surely let you know. I'll see you later. Enjoy your day until I see you in about a minute. So family, this is the shop that I like to shop at, that I get myself in trouble at.
No, and you don't want to feel like you just keep like, this is not, this is not, this is, and you just like the choose. It's hard to decide which are the
Everybody has their own individual. People don't do sets anymore.
No. And you know what? I have some, I had put them away, and now I go for supper, even if it's just like taking out the cups that come with my.
So welcome back, family. So that was the little shop that I shop at. I buy my little teacups there, all the little things that I like. So I bought some really cute little socks. I'll show them to you. Little silky socks. And I can start wearing my shoes. I'm getting tired of wearing these sneakers. Yes, enough now. It's enough. Now I can actually wear some shoes. Yeah, now I can actually wear some shoes. I have a few pairs of shoes, as most of us women do. So I can finally start to wear them. Our summers don't last too long, so try to get my feet in those shoes as much as possible. Yeah, so it was a good day. It was a busy day. We had a lot of patients come in for different things. And yeah, so it was nice. It was good. I passed out my coffee. Yeah, and it's a wonderful day today. So beautiful, warm. No jacket on. So grateful. I'm sure my daughter's having a good day too. She loves the sun. My daughter should live in the Caribbean because most of their days when she's really happy and feeling good is when it's warm outside and it's sunny and hot. She loves the sun. She loves when the hotter it is for her, the better. So I'm sure she's having a good day today. And she's been doing so well at school. The teacher says she's been doing very well, and I've been a little bit assertive with her. Usually when I'm talking with her in the evening, when I call her every evening, I tend to talk to her kind of baby talk. But this time I said, you know what? She may have autism, but she is a teenager. She's not stupid. She knows what she's doing, basically. So I have to start to be a little bit more assertive when I'm speaking to her. I can tell her I miss her. I can tell her I love her, but I have to start to be a little bit more assertive. So I just let her know, you know, if you're being aggressive or you're wanting to hit the teacher or students or something like that, you may not be able to go back to school. And she says, no, go back to school, you know. She said, no, I want to go back to school. I said, so you can't be hitting people. And I said, sometimes people might want to hit you back. So I said, you have to be very careful. So I think she's starting to think about these things now as she's getting older, starting to process in her mind, like, there are consequences for my actions. For all of us, there's consequences for our actions. So I think hopefully she's starting to realize what this is. And yeah, so that's what that is going on with that. So right now I'm a little bit late. I gotta go home, pick up the things from my daughter that I bought her yesterday, drop them off at the group home, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And for supper, I had a plan for supper, and I just forgot what it was. I think I have some leftover chicken. I have leftover chicken. I might put something with that. Oh, maybe I'll have a salad. Chicken and a salad. And I have a little bit of sweet potato left as well. And put some in my marinade. I'm going to try it to make another marinade, something different. The tomato and the pepper that I made with the onions and garlic, that's good too. But I want to try to make something different now. Maybe like a green marinade with some greens like parsley and some cilantro and things like that. So I'm going to try to do something like I'll always keep the garlic and onion in it, but I think I'll make it more of a green one, and maybe a Caribbean, some type of Caribbean or African or Haitian type of marinade. So I'm going to be working on these things. You know, marinades are very good. A lot of times I don't marinate my food, like my meat, but it comes out very flavorful still. My meat comes out very flavorful and tender, but it is good to marinate your meat, especially overnight. Put the marinade on your meat and then have it put it overnight or even for a few hours, and it really does soak inside of the meat. But it's pretty much the same as when you're eating your meat, and it's the next day the seasoning, the spices have soaked into the meat. So yeah, it's all good. So yeah, like I said, tonight I think I'm just gonna have some leftovers, and I have some salad left in the refrigerator that I still have there, and the leftover chicken and sweet potato. That'll be it. I'm taking my time a little bit. I just have to make sure that I'm at the group home before my daughter gets there. So yeah, so it's a nice day today. So gorgeous. Finally. Yeah. So today is it's not as busy as it was yesterday. Yesterday was a really busy day for me. So it's a better day today. I don't have to do as much as I did yesterday, which is really good. So after I drop my daughter's things off, I have the opportunity to have some free time, whether to go out, stay out, maybe go to the mall, or maybe I shouldn't go to the mall because I might spend some money. I already spent money on these socks already. Or I can go home and relax and do some drawing. Maybe I can go home and do some drawing. Yes, I might do that. But this week I would like to buy some, go to the store, maybe to the thrift shops, and buy myself some nice frames for my my drawings. That's one of my goals too this week. Before I pick up my daughter, go to the thrift store. Maybe I'll even take her to the thrift store. We'll see. My daughter likes going shopping. But we'll see how it goes, family. Okay, so I'll see you in a few. Okay, family, I just came back from dropping my daughter's food off, and I specifically let them know to give her the lunch that I gave her and pack an extra lunch. So they should be able to do that, just in case whatever I made she's not crazy about, whatever, and then she may like what they had and vice versa. So I like to make sure she has extra food, because as I was explaining earlier, that sometimes she's you know, very, very hungry because of her maybe medication and because she's also a teenager. So you know, I like to make sure she has enough food. And as when I was speaking to her yesterday, sorry, I think might have a little allergies. I even noticed in my last video that I'm swallowing a lot. I think it's a little bit of allergy. So excuse me if you see me swallowing and clearing my throat, things like that. I think it's just a bit of allergy. This is allergy season. So yeah, so I made sure that she has enough things so I can know that she's okay and this and that. Yeah, that's life, eh? When you have children, you just you're always on the go, always thinking about them. I just had my snack, as a matter of fact, my little apricots. These are like dry apricots that I like to bring with me. It's good to bring little snacks with you, especially if you're a runner like me. I'm always running here, running there, so I always like to carry some snacks to give me some energy. And my water, of course. Yeah, so right now I'm going to go to the post office because they sent me a little, you know, that little card that they give you when the mail comes and then you're not home. So they give you the card to go and pick up your mail. So I'm going to go pick up my mail. And, oh yeah, so I bought these little socks. Tell me if you like them, fam. Yeah, so I bought a few of these little socks. These little fancy socks. I got them in a few different colors. And I bought them in the hospital. That they have a little place where they sell little skirts and tops and things like that. Yeah, they sell dresses and tops and hats and bags and all kinds of things, you know, to earn money for the hospital. So when I seen these socks, I was going to order them off of Amazon, and then they said when I seen them selling them, I said, wow, that's amazing. And not a bad prices either. So I got a few of them. So I just think they're so cute and very fashionable and, you know, just girly, you know, very girly. So I got a few colors and styles. So yeah, so, you know, that's anything to make yourself feel good a little bit, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, and I think my bus might be here too. So I'm gonna go to the mall, go to the pharmacy. I have to buy some eye drops. I forgot to buy the eye drops at the health food store. I usually buy the organic eye drops. But I'm gonna get the regular ones at the pharmacy. They're just as, I think they're just as good. And also, yeah, I have dry eyes, so I have to buy the dry eye drops. No, that's not my bus. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that, and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I think I have to buy something. I think some fruit or something. Oh, blueberries. Yeah, there was a man covering his face like I was recording him. I'm recording myself. But you know, people don't ask you. They just, you know, kind of think that you're recording them. But yeah, so, because I always ask somebody, you know, can I record you? I don't just record people like that. If I'm recording in the street, okay, that's something different. You know, it's like a public place, but I'm not going to record an individual person without asking them. But he was hiding his face, so as long as he's not, you know, getting violent or anything like that. So, yeah. But I just screamed out to him. I just told him, you know, I'm not recording you, I'm recording myself. Yeah, so you have to be careful in these streets, I tell you that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the store, fam, and I might show you what I'm gonna be having for dinner tonight, which is not anything fussy. I'm gonna have that soup that I showed you yesterday, the jar soup that I bought at the store, the organic soup, and I'll have that with, like I said earlier, either the chicken or the sweet potato or sandwich and soup. I have a half a sandwich. I might have a half a sandwich and soup. I think that sounds a little bit better. Yeah, see, I swallowed again. I think it's allergy season. Anyways, I hope you can see me. I'm in the bus shelter. The sun usually comes out over here, but it's on that side today. Okay, fam, so I'll see you a little bit later. Hi, how are you?
I'm pretty well, thank you. And you?
It's good, thank you. Hey family, so I'm back. And what a day was it was. What a day it was. But it was a good day. Very good day. You know, sometimes I can get frustrated of certain things in life, and the most frustrating things that I do get, I'm not a complainer. I don't know if you've seen that about my personality already, but I'm not a complainer. I may do a little vent, like I might say it's not sunny today, it's raining, or some stuff like that, making little comments like that. But I'm not a big complainer, unless a little bit, just a little bit, if it has to do with my daughter. And especially if there's constant reminding, constant letting people know things, you know, and it's a constant thing. And then the constant thing ends up, if it's not being noticed or recognized, it kind of backlashes back on my daughter. So so I'll tell you a short story that today, my daughter was a little irritable today, and she was really pretty good for the last 2 days. So I've been telling, letting the teachers know, the social workers know, the staff know at the group home, different things about people with autism and people with different disabilities in general. We may learn things in the school that we learned. Like I've learned things in the school 30 years ago when I was a nurse's aide, and I had to go do it again, and stuff like that. And then you learn things about more things. But learning things about people, you have to get to know them personally. You can't learn people in a textbook. You can learn the basics, like if the person has autism, there's different characteristics and things like that. But knowing them personally, they all have their own different personality. So we have to learn that. When you go to school, they don't really teach you these things. They just say, these are the basics, do this, do that, blah blah blah. This is their issue or whatever else, or their issue or their problem. But they don't tell you when you go to school that people have their different personalities, and you have to treat them as so, and really pay attention to it and get to know this person, this individual. So as I've worked all these years, for 30 years as a nurse's aide, and working with different people, different personalities and different types of disabilities, I've learned to learn the person's individual personality. So, and their mannerisms and things like that, and what the likes and their dislikes are. And this is a good worker. This is a good worker to know the person, and not just doing the basics like giving them something to eat, or giving them a shower, or giving them, whatever, clothing them or whatever. We really have to know their personalities. So with that to say, I try to tell the staff at the group home certain things, and sometimes they seem to get offended. But if I'm telling you something that can help the client and yourself, we should be open to listen and not getting offended by saying, I'm a good worker, all the workers are good workers, and things like that. We have to get to know the person and listen to the person that may know the person too, more, like the parent or the friend or whatever. So my daughter's teacher is very good at that. She's very good at that. She's young. She wants to soak it up. She doesn't have any pride. She's not feeling offended when I tell her something. As a matter of fact, she thanks me all the time. She says, thank you for the information. I'm going to see about it. I'm going to learn about it. I'm going to, this is good information that I'm getting, because, sometimes you don't get this in a textbook. So, also with this to say, so my daughter, for instance, when she's on the bus, at the school bus, it takes her a good hour and maybe an hour and a half to get to school, and an hour and a half maybe to get back to the group home. And that's how it was too when she was at home. It took a while. Her school is not close to home. So I would let them know, watch what she's wearing on the bus. If it's too hot, if you're giving her too many layers, she may be too hot on the bus, and she doesn't eat in the morning, so that's going to just create some issues, sensory issues. People with autism have a lot of sensory issues, and sometimes people forget about that. Sometimes the workers forget they're not being bad. They have a lot of sensory issues with lighting, with the heat, with the cold, with the weather. Sometimes they don't like the rainy weather, the cloudy weather, the dark weather. Or sometimes they just like a lot of sun. You know, sun does make a lot of people happy. So so they don't take these things in consideration. They're just like, oh, the person's acting up or whatever else. So I was just telling my daughter's teacher, everybody has a different perspective on what's cold and what's hot, especially if you're from a different climate. You may see it's raining or you may see it's cloudy and then say, you know what, I think it's cold, so I'm going to dress this person up in 3 layers of clothes. Meanwhile, it's like 80 degrees just because it's cloudy, you know. And some people think that's the way. I've seen it. People from different climates, they're like, oh, it's cold outside because, you know, it's raining or it's cloudy, so they got sweatshirts on or heavy coats on. Meanwhile, I'm wearing a tank top because I feel that it's hot, even although it's cloudy. So people don't take this in consideration. Everybody's different, so we can't say that this worker is good and this one's good and this one's good. We have to learn. We have to be able to and want to learn and not to be prideful, because there are people at stake here. There's people's lives at stake. So I really like this teacher. So I'm asking the teacher today. She said my daughter was a little bit irritable and a little aggressive. So we didn't know what it was. She said she ate, she drank, she whatever. So I asked her. I said, let me think about it. So I just sent her a email. I said, please check her clothes. What does she have on today? What does she have on? It was hot today. Did she have, because I remember a few times I seen my daughter, she comes home from the group home, she had 3 shirts on, a tank top, a t-shirt, and a sweater on. And it's like hot outside. So what I'm saying is people really have to take in consideration people who cannot express themselves. Take it in consideration. I remember this time I was at church and with my daughter, and I seen this little boy. He must have been about 12 years old, and I could see that he had autism. And he was just crying and you know, and it looked like his mother didn't know what to do. She was trying to comfort him, but she didn't know what to do, and he was just so uncomfortable. And I just felt something about this young man. I said, or this young boy, I said, first of all, he looks like he was sweating. Then I noticed he had a 2 or 3 piece suit on. It's 80 degrees outside. He has shoes, dress shoes on, and socks. And so I went over to him. I said, "Are you hot? Are you hot?" I said, "I understand." He wasn't vocal. So I asked him, "Are you hot?" And so I told the mother. I asked the mother. I said, "I think he's hot." I said, "Maybe you could just take off his jacket. You know, loosen his tie. Maybe take his tie off. You know, maybe take those shoes off for a minute, just so he can cool off." So she looked a little upset, but I said, I explained to her I have an autistic daughter too, so sometimes these sensory things can bother them. And then I said, can you get him a cold compress to put on his face? So somebody went to go get a cloth or a tissue or something, came back, put it on his face, gave him some water, and as soon as he took his jacket off and all these things happened with him, with the water and everything, immediately he started calming down. He started to smile, and I spoke to him and I said, I understand you. I heard you. I heard your cry. Literally, I heard your cry. And he just looked at me, but I can see the relief that he has. So sometimes we don't know. We just think that the person's crying or the person's being bad or the person's frustrated. But there's a reason why people are frustrated. There's a reason why we get frustrated. So there's got to be a reason why they get frustrated as well. So they're not just all the time just acting up because they're acting up. So and I have a sense of things. I can feel people's energy. I can see, and I try to analyze their personality and see their dislikes and their likes. Even this elderly woman that I take care of on the weekend, I know how to speak to her. You know, in the beginning when I met her, we would be sitting watching TV or something, and I could see that she would be a little cranky and why are you here and why are you in my house and things like that. Now I got to know her personality. Now I know she wants to keep busy. She wants to, somebody's coming over. She wants to do things with them. She wants a conversation. You know, and sometimes this little conversation wasn't even enough because I would have conversation with her while we're in the TV room. But she wants to do something, so I started playing Scrabble with her, and then now this year we started doing some art, and we go outside. We go to a little bench that we go on, And she really enjoys me coming because I keep her busy. And this is what it is. You learn the person's personality. You try to see what their likes are, and you try different things. You don't just sit and say, I've learned this and I'm educated, because education don't make you smart. What makes you smart is learning about people, wanting to learn, not having pride, not having, not being easily offended. So, and that's why I said I really like this teacher, because she's willing to listen, and she's like I said, she's young, so she's like a sponge, so she's just ready to listen. And I told her, I'm experienced at this. I've taken care of people with disabilities, all types of disabilities, all types, right up to the psychiatric ward. So I pretty much know what I'm talking about. We have to treat people. It's just common sense. Treat people like they're people, like they're human beings, like they have feelings and emotions. So that was frustrating me a little bit. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, family. So, and if anybody didn't know anything about this, please leave me a comment, and and just let me know what you think about this conversation that I'm telling you about. People are people, and I love people, and I don't want to see people suffering. I don't want to see people suffer, especially my daughter. So I'm going to fight for her as much as I can while I'm here on earth. And, and as long as God gives me the strength, I'm going to be here for her. So, and even when she was home, I may not have known everything. She has changed. She's been gone. She's been gone 2 years. So she has changed. So I'm learning more about her myself. So we can't say, we know everything, because we don't. It doesn't matter with education. We have to learn things from experience and time and experience. So yeah, so I'm finished with that. I just wanted to let you know about that there, fam. And, because I do think about my daughter, and she is my daughter, and I'm her mother, so I'm going to have certain things to think about. Yeah, or discuss. So now, speaking of discussing, now I went to the store. I bought myself a couple of oranges and eggs, and of course my favorite cheese, and then some juice for my dinner tonight. Also, my daughter likes that. I'll be buying her some of this too when she comes this weekend. My salt, my sea salt, and cucumbers. These are very good for you. So I have those things. I try to keep cucumbers in the house. So what I'm going to do now, family, after I done ran my mouth, I hope I didn't run your ear off. I'm going to start my dinner, which is going to be a half a sandwich. I don't feel like chicken. I have leftover chicken. I don't feel like that. I'm going to have a half a sandwich and the soup that I showed you yesterday that I bought. Yeah, the split pea, a sandwich, and cottage cheese. That's what I'm going to have for my din. Yeah, so I'm going to prepare that, and I'll see you in a minute. I hope that you enjoyed this video and our little chit chat and my little venting chit chat. I hope that you enjoyed it, and also I hope that you subscribe, share, and press on that notification bell. And thank you for the new subscribers. I appreciate you subscribing and leaving that comment. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up, and it doesn't hurt to be nice. So that was really what I was saying before. It doesn't hurt to be nice. It doesn't hurt to be kind. So be a blessing, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video. I love you all. Take care. Have a good day.